25 has kind of gotten off to a bittersweet start for the Indian contingent that is currently in Samarkand. When you look at the opening day of the Grand Swiss event, the major takeaway is Gukesh winning. Now, he had a very good game against the French Grandmaster that he was playing against. He was in superb time control. He was in complete control of the moves that he was doing in. And because of that, Gukesh dominated right from the outset, and he's made a big statement of intent heading into the FIDE Grand Swiss event. Because remember, he didn't have to play this, but he still wanted to ensure that he excelled in the format. He wants to ensure he's in the right frame of mind heading into the candidates tournament at this stage, and also for the 2026 tournament. Remember, the World Championships in 2026 is vital for Gukesh, because if he goes the ding way, then it will be very, very problematic indeed. As far as other results were concerned, Pentala Harikrishna unfortunately lost today. But you have to also give it to him that yes, he tried his level best. He made a blunder, and somewhere down the line, he ensured that he lost his opening game. Pragg was in immense time pressure during his game. 48 minutes he was down on the clock. But somehow his opponent just couldn't capitalize on it. Pragg was solid in this defense, and that is why he played a very solid opening and ensured that he managed to get the draw that was necessary for him. Arjun Erigaisi, although he was up a piece, the material and the position in which he was facing against the Spanish Grandmaster ensured that yes, he would just be in that zone where he would have to offer a draw. It was a very solid draw, not much of time pressure for both the players, and that is why Arjun, his first game, Pragg's first game, it is kind of like settling into the Grand Swiss mold at this stage. So that's why both of them ended in a draw. So Pentala Harikrishna lost. When you look at it, Gukesh won. Arjun and Pragg also drew their games. In the women's section, when you look at it, Vaishali won her opening game. Vantika won her opening game. Vantika Agarwal put on a brilliant show. She was down on time, but then she managed to get her piece advantage up, and that is why Vantika Agarwal managed to win her game. Harika drew. Vaishali also won her game, and that is why when you look at the women's section, it was kind of good. In the other lower sections, when you look at it in the men's part, Leon Mendonça was drawn, Nihal Sareen drew, Karthikeyan Murli lost, and that is why it was kind of, when you look at it, out of the 13 games, India managed a total of 6 points combined. But the day when you look at it, the most exciting game of the FIDE Grand Swiss event was Divya Deshmukh versus Abhimanyu Puranik. It was an all-Indian affair. Divya Deshmukh, remember, is competing in the open category of the Grand Swiss tournament, and that is why she fought. Her tenacity ensured that she fought until the very level. For most of the game, Abhimanyu Puranik was having an advantage, but then Divya kind of in the open category, when she realized that yes, there are some moves which made a blunder. She did have a good pawn advantage in the d5 file, but unfortunately she couldn't capitalize on it. Abhimanyu Puranik had far too many pieces in that, and that is why, looking at the current situation, India, when you look at the World Cup winner, she's managed to lose her game as well. So not a, you may say, a very decentish start for the Indian contingent that is currently there in Samarkand. But remember, this is just the start. There are still 10 more rounds to go. It's a 11 round game. Vidit, who's the defending champion of Grand Swiss, he managed to win his opening game as well against Donchenko. Now, Donchenko he had faced in the Tata Steel Masters in 2024, and because of that, Vidit, Gukesh were the prime movers on day one. Pragg and Arjun kind of held on for a draw. Remember, Arjun, day before yesterday, celebrated his birthday, and Divya Deshmukh unfortunately lost her opening, and that is why it will be a tough march for her. But remember, these are just early days at this stage. When you look at all the other major events, Ali Reza Firuzha won his game. Then you look at it, Anish Giri secured a commanding win, and that is why the first day of the Grand Swiss event, Gukesh headlined the act with a sublime show as the world champion, and tomorrow he'll be on board number 1, the top board. So let's see how that pans out at the end of the day. So for people who are joining us for this Grand Swiss wrap, Gukesh has won, Pragg Arjun drew, Vidit won, Divya Deshmukh unfortunately lost her game, and looking at it, Vantika Agarwal won her game, and also Vaishali won her game. Harika drew. Sportsman, is Magnus playing? No, Magnus Carlsen isn't playing the Grand Swiss event. Remember, he has retired himself from the entire championship cycle He will not play in the Grand Swiss. He will not play in the World Cup. He won't play in the candidates. So that's why he's just not there at this point in time. Magnus has just said bye-bye to the FIDE championship cycle, and that is why he's not playing in the Grand Swiss. But yes, the others are playing. By the way, Pragnananda has all but made it to the candidates. He doesn't need the Grand Swiss at this point in time because he's got such a commanding lead in the FIDE circuit. So better if he does well. Then Arjun will need to do well here and in the World Cup as well, because those are the only two avenues where he's got a chance. So this is a kind of a solid start for Arjun Erigaisi as well as for Pragg. Let's see how it pans out. So day one of the Grand Swiss event, Gukesh has won on day one. Let's hope he continues with the momentum in the coming matches. Thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this update. Subscribe to Sports Today for all the latest news and analysis.